Welcome to a journey back to the precipice of American prosperity. We remember the fall of an era, the day the American dream died. The decade leading up to 1929 was defined by one phrase, the Roaring Twenties. It was a time of unprecedented optimism, extravagance, and an intoxicating promise of prosperity. Sound of upbeat jazz music fades in and quickly cuts. America believed it had found the secret to endless wealth. The Great War was over, industry boomed, and the stock market seemed like a guaranteed path to the good life. Everyone was buying in. From New York to Chicago, a culture of unbridled luxury took hold. Fortunes were made overnight, funding a lifestyle never before seen on this scale. Speakeasies buzzed with illegal liquor, jazz music filled the air, and flapper culture shattered old conventions. The construction of monuments like the Chrysler Building promised a future as tall as the skyscrapers themselves. This was the golden age. High society was convinced that the party would never stop. Why save, when tomorrow would bring even more wealth? The market was the engine, and the fuel was ambition. The stock market, fueled by mass enthusiasm, became less about underlying value and more about belief. The average American truly believed in the notion of endless growth, but beneath the glittering facade, the foundation was shaky. The prosperity was built on sand, inflated by rampant speculation and a dangerous borrowing trend. The atmosphere on Wall Street was electric, a frenzy of buying and selling. It was less a marketplace and more a high-stakes casino, where the stakes grew higher by the minute. Many investors were, quote, buying on margin, borrowing money to purchase stocks. This amplified gains when the market rose, but it would become catastrophic when the tide turned. The inevitable moment arrived, not with a whisper, but with a roar. October 1929 would shatter the nation's confidence. The panic began on Black Thursday, October 24, 1929. A record 12.9 million shares traded hands. But the worst was yet to come. October 29th, Black Tuesday, became the darkest day. The selling was unstoppable, the market was in freefall, and billions of dollars vanished into thin air. Ticker tapes ran hours behind, creating agonizing uncertainty. Brokers, once kings of the floor, stood paralyzed, watching the wealth of a generation dissolve before their eyes. The collapse on Wall Street quickly rippled out, devastating every corner of American life. The party was over. The stark contrast was immediate and painful. Yachts lay idle, penthouses stood vacant, and the men who had boasted of wealth were now scrambling for any means of survival. Millions of Americans were thrown into unemployment. Families lost their savings, their homes, and their dignity. Hoovervilles, shantytowns, sprung up, a bleak monument to broken promises. The American dream, once defined by upward mobility and boundless opportunity, lay shattered. The Wall Street crash was not just a financial disaster. It was the psychological end of a golden age, marking the start of the Great Depression. The magnitude of the crash forced a generation to confront the dangers of unchecked speculation and unregulated markets. It fundamentally changed how America viewed wealth. We reflect not just on the economic figures, but on the human cost, the despair, the hardship, and the long road of recovery ahead. It was a lesson paid for in pain. Thank you for watching. The legacy of Black Tuesday remains a powerful reminder that while markets may soar, the faith of a nation can be broken in a single day.